and get into it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She says she ain't trying to deal with me.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Rams. And this will make it into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
And when he's at the top of his game, you see that big smile. That's when you know everything is clicking. That means he's accurate throwing the football. They can't get him down in the run game, and his team is having a whole lot of fun because when they score a touchdown, some fan's going to get lucky and get the game won.
Well, a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first.
That's good for a...
And that's the big fella's M.O. right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Patterson on the carry. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
31.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the run. But with the offensive line as well.
A loss of a yard on the play.
The Rams calling on nickel set here defensively for third down. Now Newton. That's caught by Parker. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Newton to throw. Slight, and he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Yes, sir. A loss of 3 yards.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Newton. He'll get this one to Galloway. Well, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the second quarterback chosen back in April from Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
To be considered for the MVP award in the NFL, it's got to be a season of not just consistency, but spectacular consistency, and he's had it all the way through.
I think you're right. He's been as consistent, more consistent probably than anybody else as the numbers bear out. And the social media chatter for the MVP races certainly start to ramp up. I know you and I have felt that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, he's in the pole position as we head down the stretch.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one first play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives you something. You give yourself a first chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
16 yards, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
On 2nd down, Tua. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They fake the give. Newton. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Newton on the keeper. Shaquem Griffin there on the tackle.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Now a give right side. It's Patterson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 5. First down, New York.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't it?
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Patterson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
It's 4th down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And that is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the...
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
27-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Tua now on first down. Going right side here, and it's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's another rare.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So out now come the Jets. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Again has it complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's now.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Here's Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The shotgun snap for Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessful.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11.
7-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be down at the 46. When they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
1st and 10 at the 30.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi-tech.
And this is caught. He's got a touchdown, L.A. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 10. Newton again. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
And he goes out right around the 39. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
39-yard line.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They'll find Everett there, complete.
Newton's pass.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Newton throwing again. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 42. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Newton. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 20-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Again, Newton. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
To the air again, Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Newton, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And this one is right through. Scores as it's now a 22-point game.
28, Jets 6.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Rams take over 1st and 10.
Tua Tagovailoa and the offense heading back out. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success. set to begin their next drive. The Rams offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tyreek Hill. As the first half is winding down, and the Rams add on to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
25 yards, the pick up there, and also a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And a yard. At the 20.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Jonathan Taylor becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Rams have got it on cruise control. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So that one will be accepted.
Dustin Hopkins.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
Time for our players spotlight, and it focuses in here on Cam Newton. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long, it's Newton. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Throwing deep for Galladay. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Newton's pass.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Devin Duvernay with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together.
Now the ball comes loose. And the Rams have got a great play. And he is going to bring this back. Inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
brings up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Loss of 2 on the play.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Makes the score Rams 52.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times, so it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this team.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
32-yard line.
From the gun, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Newton. It's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Pushing the foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Walk out here, man.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
31, the ball carrier.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
2 yards.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Newton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Newton's pass.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, as a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. New York ready to go again offensively. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth-quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. Newton on 1st down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Darrell Taylor in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Here's Patterson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Return there, give him an even 20 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
From the gun, Newton. This is caught again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Junior.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Newton. There's that man again. It's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
you were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
Right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And this is incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Rams. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Tua. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
To Henry Ruggs. 10 yards on the...
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. This a 43-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late point.